Okay, let's be honest. English learning can be tough sometimes. One day you're motivated, watching videos, studying grammar, learning new words, and the next day you're like, wait, why can't I speak fluently? And your motivation immediately disappears. Trust me, I've been there. I used to feel stuck, thinking I wasn't making enough progress. But over time, I realized that it wasn't about how hard I was studying, but about how smart I was studying. And that's when everything changed. So today I want to share 7 simple tips which helped me level up my English without turning it into a full-time job. These are strategies that made English part of my everyday life. But the best part? They are fun, easy to follow, and actually work. So grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's dive in. So the first step that really changed my approach was simple. I surrounded myself with English. And no, I don't mean buying expensive courses or studying for hours. I just made English part of my daily routine. Here's how I did it. I switched my phone, laptop, and tablets to English. My TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube is filled with English-speaking creators. I started watching TV shows, YouTube videos, and podcasts, even if I didn't understand a single word. At first, it was frustrating. I remember watching friends and thinking, how do they speak so fast? But over time, I noticed that it was quite understandable. And then I realized that I wasn't even looking at subtitles. That's when I realized that my brain was actually starting to think in English. Start with something you really love. If you're into fashion, watch style vlogs. Love cooking? Watch recipe videos in English. And here's a fun one. Switch your voice assistant like Siri or Alexa to English. It can help you think and speak in English even while doing simple tasks. Tip number 2, study every day. Now, while passive learning is great, you still need a bit of a structured practice. But here's the good news. You don't need to spend hours with grammar books. I studied English only 15 or 20 minutes a day, but the most important thing here is that you need to do it every day or at least 5 days a week. It's not that long, so in the morning or before going to bed, you can devote a little time to your learning. Here's what a simple daily routine can look like. 5 minutes, review of the vocabulary using Quizlet application. 10 minutes, focus on the topic. It could be a grammar rule or new vocabulary related to the topic you're interested in. 5 minutes, apply what you learned. Write a few sentences or try to use new words in your speaking. It doesn't seem much, right? But trust me, doing this every day can significantly improve your English over time because your brain loves repetitions and short, focused sessions. Tip number 3, make up sentences. This tip helped me even more than I expected because it made my brain think in English. Every time you learn a new grammar rule or new vocabulary, try to use it straight away. Let's just say you are learning the word excited. Don't just memorize it, use it. For example, I'm excited about my trip. I was excited yesterday. I'll be excited tomorrow when I finish my project. By doing this, you will not only improve your vocabulary, but also practice grammar. And here's where it gets fun. Try doing this throughout your day. Walking to work, describe doing this in your head. I'm walking to the store. It's cold today. I forgot to buy coffee. Again. It might feel a bit silly at first, but that actually builds a habit of thinking in English, and that's what speeds up fluency. Tip number 4, write your thoughts in a journal. Okay, this tip is my personal favorite, writing a journal, because it helped me improve my vocabulary, practice grammar, and express my thoughts, and all at the same time. Every evening I'd grab my notebook and write about my day. Nothing fancy, just 5-10 sentences. And you can also write down your ideas or insights in English, of course. At first, I used Google Translate a lot, like every other sentence. But later, I realized that I barely needed it, because I started recognizing patterns and remember phrases I had used before. Start writing 3-4 sentences about your day. Over time, you will notice that your sentences get longer and your ideas flow more naturally. Tip number 5, find a language partner. Here's the problem. Talking to a native speaker can be a bit intimidating or scary at first. So here's what I did. I found the person who wanted to practice my native language, and in return, I practiced English with this person. You can use applications like HelloTalk or Tandem. They are free and actually helpful. Why it works? It's not like talking to a strict teachers, you are having real conversations. You learn slang, idioms, and how people actually talk in real life. And it's way less pressure because they are learning too. If speaking right away feels too overwhelming or too difficult for you, start with texting. It gives you time to think about your replies. And then, when you feel more confident, you can move on to voice calls or even video calls. Tip number 6, read more. Reading is actually a great way to grow your vocabulary without even realizing it. Here's why. When you read books, articles, or even social media posts, you see the words in context. That makes them way easier to remember than if you just saw them on flashcards. But here's the trick. Read things you actually enjoy. I started with simple blogs about topics I really loved. Then I moved on to short books and eventually full novels. Don't stop at every single word. Try to guess the new word from context. I noticed that the more I read, the more words I recognized later, in movies, songs, or even conversations. It was like my brain was quietly making connections without me even trying. Tip 7. Translate and sing your favorite songs. Okay, this is the most fun tip, but it actually works. Take your favorite English song, translate it, understand the lyrics, then sing it out loud. It might feel silly at first, but here's what it does. Improves your pronunciation, helps with intonation and rhythm, and it makes phrases stick in your memory. I did this with my favorite singers and I still randomly sing those lyrics today. And the bonus here, singing actually boosts your confidence. So when it's time to actually speak English, you feel way more comfortable with how it sounds. So here you have it, 7 tips that actually helped me improve my English without turning it into a boring school subject. The key, make it part of your everyday life. You don't need perfect grammar or a massive vocabulary to actually start speaking. You just need consistency, curiosity, and courage to make mistakes. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and please let me know in the comments what tip you are going to try first. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.